Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We ain't linked up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
Oh, yes, it is that time. It's that time to link up. It is that time to link up. You are listening to 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. It is We Got Issues, brought to you by the Force of Friendship. And it is a good day in the neighborhood, wherever you are. Even if it's not a good day, you just decide it's going to be a good day. And guess what? It will be a good day. So I am so excited. Yesterday was raining in Northern California. Today it's sunny. It's warming up a little bit. And it's a great day. We've got Lisa, who is tuning in from Ithaca, New York. Where are you listening in from? Remember that you can always go to theforceoffriendship.com, click on that We Got Issues tab, and all the different ways that you can listen to us. You know that Alexa, you can tell her to play We Got Issues, and she'll play the show for you if you're in the car, iHeartRadio, so many different ways. Today, this is your girl, Katrina Harris Earl, and I am on live stream with Gloria Mayfield Banks. Lady Chrisette Ellis will be joining us soon. And I believe Sabrina Monday is joining us as well. But it takes a whole lot to get all these sisters together, I'm telling you. And today we have, every day you're meeting new members of our tribe. And today this is someone who already is a member of our tribe. I mean, for real. She
made the tribe.
Yes, helped us to get a tribe. Okay, for real. So you are going to, we got a little bit of feedback. So yesterday we had some audio issues, and today I figured out that yesterday the audio issues were me. I'm the techie and I'm the one who loves to say, it wasn't me. But yesterday the audio issues were me. I was a little bit out of whack. Okay. But today we fixed those. So Sabrina is here looking gorgeous. I hope the weather is good where you are. So we're excited to talk about branding. And, we just going to pick that conversation again up yesterday on Hot Topics where we left off. But let's hear from the girlfriends, and then we will bring in our girlfriend Lacie, who is just branding extraordinaire, graphics, merchandise. You just are going to know her and love her. And I already told her we still are talking about the incident, and we're going to start out talking about it today. So before we bring Lacie in to join the conversation about the apology letter, or was it really one, or was it a fake one? What happened? Gloria, how are you doing? How you doing?
Okay, we're going to talk about it. But before we talk about that, let me tell y'all, seriously, I am exhausted. Why am I exhausted, Gloria? Why are you exhausted? Because my girlfriend's children keep showing up in these NCAA tournaments, and I am exhausted. I'm learning the sport. I'm screaming for the sport. 2 weeks ago, it was Sabrina in Detroit and her son in the NCAA wrestling tournament at the top of his game. Last night, Natalie Prevette Jones, her daughter, playing for North Carolina, the first seed, one of the top 5 players in the NCAA women's basketball. And it went into double overtime, y'all. I was here screaming and hollering. I couldn't believe it. So I'm exhausted, y'all, for real. All these superstar kids, I am exhausted, but they are playing at the top of the game. And for us to be so close, so we're going to let you in to make sure that you can learn along with us, because this is very exciting to see these kids, young adults, for real, young adults, right in the crust of such big stages, all on ESPN all day long. I mean, it was amazing. So I'm juiced up and ready for all kind of conversations today,
How are you, Sabrina? What's going down over there? Is it still, you said it was some challenging weather yesterday. How is it today?
It's beautiful. I mean, the sun is shining. It's still cold, but my goodness, we're so grateful for sunshine. And so all is well. Gloria, I was all up in that game, double overtime. Those girls were balling. Okay. I
Okay.
mean, balling. Yes, yes, yes. And so we didn't win the game, but we're so proud of Kayla Jones and all that she's doing for NC State. The girls' basketball is doing amazing, and we're excited. Duke and UNC Chapel Hill will be in the Final Four this Saturday night. When I tell you it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. I just wish I was in North Carolina this weekend, because I tell you, it's going to be something out there. So it's March Madness, baby. It's March Madness, and we are all about it. Yes, yes, yes. March Madness on the basketball court, madness at the Oscars. It's madness in this world, okay? So I'm glad
It's
that we're
madness
here.
in the world.
Hey, Chrisette, how are you?
I am doing well, doing well. I'm soaking up all the excitement from you and Gloria and the basketball game. I didn't get a chance to see it on yesterday, but I've always known that, Natalie's daughter, and that she was such an incredible, and Danny's daughter, incredible basketball player. So I wonder what that means. I wonder what that means if she's going to go professional. So I'm sure we'll get the tea on what Kayla is going to do. So that is exciting. And then I didn't really do a whole lot, didn't see a whole lot, but I know today, as I was working out and just, watching television, everybody's still talking about the slap that was seen and heard around the world. And it's just interesting, to listen to different perspectives. I know they talked a little bit more about it today on The View. And then, when you watch, and I don't often get a chance to watch The Real, but today, if you watch The Real, and it's a younger group of women that are doing The Real, it's just interesting to listen to their perspective as opposed to the perspective from The View, which of course, the women on The View are, older, and their perspective is different, especially Sunny. And I know hers is coming a lot from her being an attorney and, seeing some things in black and white as far as, it being an assault, and that there should be some kind of penalty. What that penalty is, they didn't really say. And then on The Real, them young chicks was like, hey, he was talking about her, Will's woman, and sometimes you get pushed to the edge. And I was like, wow, this is just so interesting. So I'll put it like this: they were more okay with it. They were more on Will's side, and Chris should have watched his mouth. He should have said that, when you pick on people. And I was just listening, saying, wow, you know what? That's what makes the world go round. Everybody has an opinion, and it may not be yours, and they're coming from a different, frame of mind. So it's just interesting, and it goes on. So he'll be in the news for a few more days until somebody does something else to trump what he's done. So I'm excited. I'm excited about having Lacie on the show, and this is going to be a great show on Brandy. So I'm going to throw it back to you, Katrina.
Well, I'm going to introduce Lacie with all her accolades after the break. But right now I'm going to bring her in as a girlfriend. She is a girlfriend extraordinaire. Lacie, welcome to Hot Topics. Welcome to Hot Topics, Lacie, coming to us. So,
it's nothing
Lacie,
here for real.
I know you are all up in branding everybody, but do you have an opinion about what went down, what had happened?
What had happened was,
well, I was actually at the office working. I mean, I was recording it, and I get home, and then my phone starts to light up like Christmas light. So I Google it, I watch it, and I'm like, is this like for real? It took me a minute for it to sink in. So there's like a couple different facts on it. It's got a couple different feelings on it. Yeah, he was defending his woman. And the thing is, so many women, I think he probably would have waited until after the fact and kind of pulled him to the side and said, if you do that one more time, then we're going to have some issues. So I'm from Atlanta, and our production team was here, Will Packer. And so I was super excited about hoping that this thing would go off with no incidents. And I was hoping that it would be very professional and we wouldn't have anything, but we had a hiccup. So, you know what we do? We pivot. So, I mean, I kind of look at it from both sides. You know, I can see it kind of from both sides. And I know that there was some history with Chris and his jokes in the past directed directly towards Jada. And I guess Will probably, with the entanglement situations and all of the other things that were going on in the past, he probably was just fed up and didn't want his family to be abused any longer. So, I mean, I can see it both ways, but it's a mess. And you're right, Lady Chrisette, it's gonna be in the, you know, for a couple more days. And then the good thing about it that they should understand, something else is gonna happen and the tide is gonna turn and the heat won't be on them anymore. So, but I don't know.
Wow. But what is up with someone literally writing a fake press release?
Apology.
A
Apology
fake
from
apology.
Chris.
So
For
what
Chris
did you
Rock.
find out about that? That's not real.
No, he is not Chris Rock. We have not heard from him or his camp. That is official word. So all that apology that I was passing around, that somebody passed to me, was fake news. Fake news. Fake news. So
They didn't do an apology?
No, Chris Rock did
Will
not
did.
apologize.
Chris Rock didn't.
Will's
Chris
was
Rock-
real, but Chris Rock, someone wrote it.
Oh, Chris Rock. No, he nothing coming out of his camp yet. I heard that.
I knew it when I read it that it wasn't real. It didn't even sound like his style of writing or the words that he would say. So I didn't think it was real. When I first saw it come up, I knew
No, the
that
Will
was
one was Will. The one from
The
Will
Will one was
Will.
real.
The Chris Rock one. Okay, yeah. The Chris Rock one wasn't real. So,
Well, I'm gonna go back to Will's because I think Will should have done it with his voice. You know, I really think he should have done it with the voice. If he's gonna slap him like that out loud, he should have apologized to everybody with his voice because his voice is everything. He's in the movies. He's Oscar winning, Academy Award winning. He should have done it with his voice. So a printed, written by his PR team, that wasn't good. It wasn't enough for me.
That's a good perspective. That's a good perspective.
Yeah,
That's a good
and you know
perspective.
what? There's the chat has lit up, and as I said, everybody has an opinion. Yvette Johnson says someone talked about Will's first statement in his book where he regrets not being able to protect his mother from physical, mental, and other abuse at 9 years old from his father. So, you know, could some of that have been going on? And then Bernetta Washington, she said, I don't know why Mamie was hearing the message, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. So when I tell you the memes that have come out, oh my,
y'all heard it here first. Lady Chrisette was rapping. She was rapping.
For real. So
they have been creative on TikTok. It has been
Yes.
real. Okay. I'm thinking
Yes,
these
for
people
real.
have too much time on their hands, but they came out quick with it too. Yeah.
Real quick.
Crazy.
So we will wait to see what the Academy says. But Lacie, I know that, you know, branding kind of goes into that. What advice, just from a branding perspective, would you give the Oscars, the Will Packer, Will Smith? How do they protect their brand?
You got to get in front of it. You have to get in front of it now. You have to address it. You can't continue to let it stew, because the minute it happened, people in my industry, t-shirt designers, graphic designers, motion designers, have you seen those things they've come up with? They had a whole Fresh Prince skit. It's like you've got to get ahead of it. The more you give people time to stew on this, I mean, I saw something that basically said that, yeah, they've probably made up as friends and moved on, but we haven't made up as, you know, as the people that buy their movies and buy their products and merch and things. We're still stewing on it. We're still talking about it. So what Will Packer And the industry, the Oscars need to do is get in front of it. And let's just have a public powwow press release where we have everybody there that just says, you know what? Apologize, as Gloria said, apologize in public, apologize and let people know that it is not okay to resort to violence. It's just not okay. And because if we say that it's okay for him to do that.
We're about to go to our first commercial break. We had a great conversation about it yesterday. Today was part 2, and all the girlfriends agreed that violence never is the answer. It's possible, and we agree, many do, that both of them are wrong, and we hope that they do right by it in the future. So we are going to talk about branding when we come back with Lacie Williams from Custom Made for You. We'll be right back. We are back. We are back. We are back talking about, of course, the slap branding, how you can build a brand and how you can hurt a brand and how you can build it back up again. And we have our girlfriend who's been a longtime member of our tribe, Lacie Williams, with us today. Branding is so important, you guys. So tag your girlfriends, tag your boyfriends, tag business owners that you know. This is an important topic for new business owners about where do you start? How do you create your brand? How do you upgrade your brand? When do you know that your brand is old and it needs to be not just tweaked or refreshed, but you need to scrap it and start all over? We have watched some of the brands, all these Apple products that I'm holding. We've watched them rebrand over the years from my Macintosh days way back in college. Listen to these statistics. It takes 5 to 7 seconds for people to remember a brand. 5 to 7 impressions. I'm sorry, 5 to 7 impressions for people to remember a brand. Color improves brand recognition up to 80%. 73% of consumers love a brand because of helpful customer service. That would be me, especially if you let me chat with you. Presenting a brand consistently across all platforms can increase revenue up to 23%. 1/3 of the world's top 100 brands include the color blue in their logos. Okay. 72% of the best brand names are made up words or acronyms. Think about that. Look around your house at some of the brands you have. Brands with poor company branding pay 10% higher salaries, like OMG. Over 70% of brand managers consider building an audience more important than converting sales. 89% of shoppers stay loyal to brands that share their values. That was our guest yesterday, Sabrina. We can't wait to have her back. Brands that blog, generally 67% more leads. So Lacie, you talked about to us about blogging. So I want to introduce Lacie Williams, a native of Decatur, Georgia, studied at West Georgia College, Georgia State University, the Art Institute of Atlanta. She's a smart sister. She is married, loyally married to Jerry Williams, and they have 3 daughters. Brittany, who is a 3D animator, y'all. Oh my gosh, we were talking about her drawing. Paige, a motion designer. I mean, a motion designer. And how do you say your son's name? How
That's
do you
my
say his
baby
name?
daughter, Nevaeh.
Your baby daughter, Nevaeh, who is a wonderful baker and creative soul. That is so awesome. I've heard you talk so much about Brittany and not as much about Nevaeh. While working as executive vice president for Ramp Publishing Group in Roswell, Georgia, she was intrigued by the graphic designs that she managed. Ideas and concepts began to flow. She was bitten by the entrepreneur bug and decided to start her own business, like we all were. God truly had his hand in this because she had her first client before her computer equipment was even delivered. Okay, you're just that good.
Wow.
Announcements by Lacie was born in 1998 and since became custom made for you. My accountant knows you very well. Okay, it has been a blessed journey. All of the businesses generated via word of mouth and referrals. Lacie's passion has been helping women and businesses grow and thrive, including each of us. Custom made for you graphic design. You can go to custommadeforyou.net. She's going to have a great offer for you today. Printing is a full service graphic design and printing company that specializes in books, magazines, apparel design. Her clients are from California to Dubai. And she recently has moved into the print-on-demand industry with the recent acquisition of direct-to-garment print, a direct-to-garment printer. The future looks bright with being able to bring more brands to life with their new equipment and product line. So welcome to We Got Issues, Lacie. Okay. Our logo, our We Got Issues logo. Thank you so much for helping to brand this show. So Lacie, just start off talking to us about what is branding, why is it important? Just walk us through what this is, because this is a term we've really only been talking about for the past, few years as entrepreneurs.
Right.
So what is it all about?
You're right. Brand is like a buzzword. When people hear brand, your brand, or I'm going to create a brand, a lot of people think a lot of different things. They think logos, they think slogans, they think colors. In all actuality, your brand is made up of all those things. When people say, well, create me a brand, you have to kind of dig deep in there in order to do that. And because your brand really is not a logo, it's not your slogan, it's really not your website, it's not the shirt that you made. Your brand is the way people feel when they deal with you, the way that they feel when they've experienced your customers, your employees, how they feel. Your basic customer experience is your total brand. How do they feel when they come in your store? How do they feel when you provide a service for them? How do they feel when they encounter your employee when they walk in, when they pick up the phone and they call you, who they get on the other line and how that phone is answered? That's your total brand. You have lots of brand experiences through the course of a day, even if you have one product or service. So your brand is incorporating all of those things. It tells people how to feel about you. Think about Coca-Cola as a brand. Coke has a lot of different products. They have a lot of different companies up under them. But when you see that red, and when you taste that Coke, you are having that customer experience with them. And so that's their total brand. It's not necessarily just a logo type or just a color. It is the whole entire experience that person has with your company. When you're developing your brand, you want to think of things like, who's your target audience? Who are you going to be trying to create that excellent customer experience for? And you want to find out, you really want to get into that niche. You want to find out Is it just general? Or is it, can you tie into a tighter niche to find out who your target audience, what age? Is it women? Is it unisex? Is it all men? Are you trying to clue into like a younger crowd? All of these things will help your brand developer come up with the type of look, the type of customer experience that you want to develop that's going to make you successful. Um, One thing you want when you're coming into, like, I think our audience that we're talking to right now, you said some people already have companies and they want to make sure that their brand is solidified, or they're brand new entrepreneurs that are thinking about diving into this world. People don't really buy products and services, just to give you a little hint. People buy solutions to problems. When you solve their problems and you come up with great solutions and provide a great customer experience while solving that problem, your business is going to thrive, like, over the top. So take that in consideration when you're thinking about, I want to start a business. What is your business? Like, what problem? What problem? Find a problem that you can't find a solution to. If you can't find a solution to it, that's the business you need to
It's
be in.
open. That is so good. Lacie, I have to ask you this because, we go way back and I've seen you rebrand. And so the note I took that I thought was so important is when you said it's how people feel when they think about you, which I thought was so powerful. We have a girlfriend in our chat, Cheryl Jackson, who has been in our chat. And when I got her first email, it like slapped me with her presence. And I've seen you do that for so many of us individually, and I've seen you do that for us as a group. And so I love what you said, because I've come to you many times and said, kind of make it look like this. And what you're really putting on paper is what I'm feeling. So how do you take it from someone's feeling in their mind and put that on paper like you do?
My success with my clients has been the relationships. My business, all of my business comes through word of mouth and referrals. If anybody has done any business with me, it's because someone has sent them to me personally. And I take that like personally to the heart. When you send me someone, I'm going to bend over backwards, because I can't, I can't disappoint you and I can't disappoint them. So to me, building a relationship with your client and getting to know their styles, getting to know their colors, getting to know how they dress, their style, their personality traits, what they like and what they don't like, how they live their life, how they interact with other people. All of those things I clue in on as I'm dealing with people. Even a new client calling me just out of the blue, I take a minute and have a conversation. They call and they jump right into, oh yeah, I got this company and I was referred to you and or I got a book I need design. I take a minute and just kind of listen to what they're saying and ask them engaging questions, and try to clue into their personal style. And we've all clicked over the years because it's been some years in building it. So I pretty much know what you want and what you don't want immediately, because there's been years. But when I get a brand new client, that's basically how I do it. I take some time and I ask them about their family. I ask them about, we clue into their target audience, and I talk to them about, what are your entrepreneurial superpowers? What is it that you want this business to be able to do? What's your mission? Like, it's not just about making money, because if you're just starting a business to make money, then you might as well just shut it down right now, because business is not about just making money. It's about blessing people. It's about changing people's lives. It's about solving problems. It's about creating a better future for all of us. So when you are saying that, I just want to start a company because I want to make some money, usually, in my experience, doesn't work that way.
One of those companies that are in business and out of business. And we are so grateful for this conversation. There's a lot of people in the chat.
I know, Lacie.
Gold just saying, Yes, relationships is in business are key. The highest compliment is they want to know how to tap in. So we are gonna post that. You can go to custommadeforyou.net, and it's YOU, custommadeforyou.net. And we also will give the email address where you can get a free branding kit from Lacie. So brand me at custommadeforyou.net. Shoot her an email there right now, and you will get some good stuff back in your email. So we will be right back, and we're going to talk about the most common mistakes people make when they are creating their brand. We'll be back. Yes. Thank you for tuning in to We Got Issues. Thanks for tuning in to We Got Issues. We are talking with Lacie Williams Branding, and Gloria is holding up her book, and Lacie designs book covers.
All
Talk to us
Lacie,
about
all
it.
Lacie. Christmas cards, flyers, pop-ups, shirts, just everything. Workbooks, spiral notebooks. Just so many things, Lacie. You're going to have to talk about the breadth. I know Katrina's going to come, but the breadth of your operation, the breadth of your business is so vast. And I really want to make sure that the tribe knows all the amazing things that you do, because you take it from big to small to medium. You're quick. It's fabulous. Innovative, changing over time. It's been phenomenal.
You literally, I knew I had a brand, but literally it came to life. It was like, oh, this is next level. Okay.
Right.
This is next level. And even though we have similarities, you have got us so different. And so now as a result, the relationship, we can have a 2-second conversation and bam, it's like, I say it's been some flyers I just look and I go, no, this needs to be Lacie-tized. Like this right here, I can tell it hasn't been Lacie-tized.
It is truly a verb. You use it. Yeah.
I I use it all the time. So I'm gonna let the girlfriends jump in, and then Lacie, you come back and talk to us about common mistakes people make. So Chris, you want to jump in?
Sure.
We got you.
Sure. I want to ask Lacie, because you have been in the business for so long, and we know, things change at the speed of light, and how you branded last year may not be how you brand this year. So when you think about branding and how it has changed, what would you say is the biggest thing that has changed probably in the last, let's say, 2 years, or even the last year?
Within the last year, things change constantly. I mean, from the technology that you use to build things all the way through trending fonts, trending colors. I try to stay studied up on what's coming up like in 2023. Because if you're doing, if you're designing around 2022 right now, you're behind the eight ball. What you
Wow.
have to do is you have to look at, trending colors, what's coming up for the fall, what's coming up, next winter. What are going to be the colors that are going to be popping and are going to be popular? What's happening in the fashion industry? You have to stay studied up on that. As far as what's changed, as far as the way we do marketing and branding for over the last year, it's been the TikTok coming in. TikTok has changed it. Everybody, where we used to just, first we were just posting a couple things on Facebook, you just post a couple of things. Then we moved over to Instagram, and everything was visual, and you get your little Instagram square. And then TikTok came in, and I'm telling you, if it ain't moving and you ain't talking, then you're not getting anything done with it right now. So the inclusion in reels, being able to create reels and being able to stay relevant. Uncle Charlie Wilson, he reinvents himself like every couple of years. He got a new track out, and you're like, Uncle Charlie. Yep, Uncle Charlie Wilson. So it's like you have to completely revisit your whole platform and how you are creating those experiences. You're going to hear me harp on customer experiences over and over again, because that's the bottom line. Your customer, you want to make sure. The reason why I have such a good working relationship with you guys, and the reason why I've been able to solidify your brands and to help you and to know when you call me to be able to kind of pre-think what you want, is because we've been working together so long. So what you need to do is get with a branding agency, a marketing agency, somebody, and stay there. Don't jump. Get with them and stay in the pocket with them and work with them and be patient with them, because they have to learn your style. They have to learn, in addition to, you may be giving them false information when it comes to, they may not be winning because you're giving them false information, because you haven't done the homework when it comes to defining who your niche is, who your target audience is. You've got to nail that down. You build a website, it's not build it and they will come. You have got to do some marketing. You've got to put some different pieces in place, and you've got to define who you're going after. And when you define them, where are those people? Are they on Facebook? Are they the older set? They're on Facebook. Are they the new gen that, they're over there on they're TikToking all day long and scrolling now? You've got to define who those people are so that you can know what platform that you're marketing to. And all of that marketing ties right back in to, that's just another element of your brand. You don't know what colors. I heard Katrina talking about blue. Blue is used a lot because it's very soothing. It's very calming. But you don't know who those people are. You may be, trying to get to the young TikTokers, and they don't want to hear no blue. They don't want to hear no calming. They want to be revved up. So you've got to, you've got to reinvent and look at all of your different products and services and see who is your market. And then at that point, stay relevant with the different types of platforms that are coming out today.
Can you talk about, is our websites equally as important as they've always been with all of the social media? Do you have to be on everything?
Yes,
And do
ma'am.
you
I
have to
think
have a
they
website?
are. I think they are. Different people have different thoughts when it comes to that. Some people are like, you know what? I'm hot on Instagram. I got so many million followers. I don't need a website. Well, yeah. What happens when Instagram shuts your account down and people can't find you?
Mhm.
You know,
Yep.
they don't owe us anything. You know what I mean? We're using their platform for free. I had some really big influencers that I follow on TikTok that got shut down and say the wrong thing and they'll shut you down in a heartbeat. So where do I find those people? You know what I mean? If they have IG, then I go looking for them from IG. But it's nice to have a home, your own home that you control, so you can go out and post your things. And so
Mm.
what you do is you engage them in social media and you drive them back to your home, because you can control things there that can't be controlled out in the social network. So I personally think that websites are still very relevant. The thing with websites is you design it and it's dead in 2 months. It's time to design it again. It's time. So you've got to work
Let
with
me roll my
someone
eyes
that's going
again.
to
Let me
keep
roll my
it.
eyes again, please.
Right.
Thank you for
Please.
sharing. We all know. We all know. Yes.
I mean, mine. It's like I'm so busy working on everybody else's stuff, I can't get my stuff tight. I'm like, man. So you definitely have to do some things with your site. And I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I'm working on everybody else's stuff. But blogging, if you're blogging, that's great because that's going to take people. You start the conversation in social media and you say read more here, or you pose a question and you make them go over to your blog on your personal website to continue the conversation. People are going to start sharing your personal website more because they want people to see the rest of the story. They want them to hear the rest of the story. And so they're going to bounce back and forth, as opposed to your only lifeline being the metaverse, Facebook or whatever they want to call themselves right now. But you want to make sure that you do have a personal home that they can go to, because you can control what goes on your website. So let's make sure that we do keep a web presence. We engage heavily in social media, but we drive them back home.
Can you talk about pictures? Seriously, you can't have enough pictures. You want some really great pictures, but there really is no excuse for someone not having a lot of pictures, because even though you want to have professional pictures, you can get really good with the iPhone and some filters. Chrisette has taught us all how to do that. So, one of the things I know people can do wrong is you cannot turn the water to wine if they don't give you something to work with, right? I know some brands, it's not about their own individual. I know some brands are not about them individually, but in terms of influencers and those of us where we are our brand, talk about the
Man.
pictures.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. That I love my iPhone Pro Max, 13 Pro Max. I'm telling you, that thing. I was waiting because I bleed titanium apple when you cut me. I love it, but for years I just thought we are missing it on this camera, on this phone. Like, what's going on here? But they brought it. They brought it. So we can do so many wonderful things with that phone. So if you are an influencer and if you are a inspirational speaker or a public speaker, I would highly advise you to invest in pulling on a very good photographer on your staff, on your team. Need a photographer on your team. If you don't do anything but take shots every quarter or twice a year, that's great. But please don't come to me with that picture selfie from the bathroom with the shower in the background
The TikTok
and
look.
say, this is my headshot. And you're like, and then they say, why my flyer don't look like they flyer? They didn't have that picture with the bathroom shot. But so I would but as Katrina said, that iPhone is wonderful. I would just, have your significant other take some pictures outside next to a tree. Lady Chrisette does that. Your pictures are like, all of y'all be working it. I'm like scrolling through IG. I'm like, look at my sisters doing the thing. So y'all are doing it, but just take a minute and just take a shot. Take a shot at it. And there's a lot of for people who are just starting their businesses, and if you have a product-based business and you want to get your product shots, there is lots of ways that you can do it yourself. There's the little photo boxes that you can get on Amazon. They were in Micro Center today. I went to Micro Center and there's little boxes and they come big size that you can, if you're doing big pieces of art or clothes or something like that. And they're light boxes, but they're like pop-up boxes that come with the lighting that you put down in them. It's really not a big investment at all. Take time because people buy based on the quality. If your quality is not good, your photos aren't good, people are not going to buy your product or your service. They're just not. They don't trust it.
Absolutely.
They don't trust it.
Image is everything. They don't trust it. Exactly. In 2022, your brand cannot be looking janky. Okay. And custommadeforyou.net can support you in taking it to the next level. Sabrina, we're going to bring you in as soon as we come back. And Jessica, I know that you hung up. If you call back in, we'd love to get you in the conversation. We'll be right back. We are back for our final segment. We are talking all things branding, refresh it, make it look hot and popping. If your website was done before the pandemic, it's outdated. Okay, so we are sharing, and Lacie is breaking it down and challenging all of us. Go get you some new pictures. Color is everything. Thank you so much, Sabrina. Sabrina, talk to us. Your brand, you and Kenny's brand. I mean, branding is everything. It's helped us go to the next level, right?
It really has. And I just want to give a shout out to Lacie, my girl. I mean, Lacie. You guys, Lacie is a friend like family. You guys know that I'm pretty famous for my Christmas cards. Been doing them for 25 years. Lacie probably has done 20 of the 25 years.
Wow.
I mean, she has watched those babies grow all the way up.
Right.
And I just appreciate you, Lacie, for your kindness, your compassion, your brilliance. You know what you're doing. And because you get to know the client, you're always taking the time to take it to another level. So thank you for what you do. I do have to shout out to so many women in our tribe. Some are very beginning, starting to be influencing, starting to believe that they can have a brand. Some are well They've seasoned. They've been doing it for a long time. But what would you say to the new business owner who doesn't even believe that she is ready to brand herself? Because in this day and age, if you walking and breathing and chewing bubble gum, baby, you got a brand, okay? And you better brand it. Put a B on it. So talk about that, Lacie. But again, thanks for all you do. You are brilliant at what you do. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you guys so much. Y'all be my girlfriends. um, for the one, it's almost been since day one that women in business, y'all gonna make me tear up, have been my heart. That's like it's that's been my driving passion. Like I got a lot of men clients. Yeah, we love the men. Women in business has truly changed my world. Um, it's kind of my ministry. You know, you get to work with these wonderful women who come to you on all facets, from all facets of life, all different places in their journey. And sometimes we start a conversation with, yeah, I was referred to you by such and such, and I wrote a book, say. Um, by the time that conversation is over, it's not even about the book, it's about their life and
Right.
the encouragement they needed to hear and the
Right.
transparency that they needed to see and know that another woman has walked that walk and has been there with with them, and that they're not going through something that nobody else has gone through. So many
Right.
times people are making these permanent decisions based on temporary situations now, and um, it's it's hard, for some women or people in general to relate. But when I tell you COVID has turned everybody into an entrepreneur, because when corporate America said you have to stop and cease and go home and don't work, how are you going to feed your family? Like, how are you going to
Mm-hmm.
do this? I had so many people. I didn't slow down, because what happened was people started to call and they started to say, "Hey, yeah, I've been trying to start this business for a minute, but now that I'm off work for who knows how long, let's go ahead and do this." And so many different products and services came out of it. So it wasn't all a bad thing, but I would say if you have a dream, everyone has a story. Write a
Right.
book. Write a book. I got mine right here too. See, right here. You want that right? That one right there. But write a book and tell your story. Solve a problem that I talked about earlier. Come up with a
Yeah.
problem. Everyone, if this hasn't showed, everyone needs at least a side hustle. But if you do something that you're side hustling for, that you're passionate about, it's going to turn into your primary breadwinning situation. It really is. And for you to be able to control your destiny, as opposed to corporate America controlling your destiny,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm-hmm.
that's the main thing. I mean, you got to be able to control that. You can't have a ceiling. You can't have a salary cap. You got to be able to get out there and grind and make your own money. And I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, it's like, I don't want corporate America. I mean, that was one of the things. I left corporate America. I worked for a magazine publishing company. I was the executive vice president. And, when I decided that I was going to quit, their thought was, "You going to work for one of our competitors?" Because I knew all the secrets, all the company secrets. I'm a vice president. But I'm like, I don't want to do this. I want to do my own thing. They trying to
Mm-hmm.
slap non-competes and all that. I'm like, that is not what I want to do. I want to create my own thing. And we are, 20 some odd years later, almost 30 years later, and I'm still
Yeah.
grinding because God is amazing. But I would say to every woman out there, start today.
Mm-hmm.
Start today.
Mm-hmm.
Start today. If you don't have an idea as to businesses
Mm-hmm.
that you might want to start, reach out to someone in this tribe. There are a multitude of businesses that you can get involved in that don't require a whole bunch of cash up front. Um,
Mm-hmm.
there's a multitude of careers that you can start. So just ask somebody in this tribe, and they'll give you, fail safe, businesses that you can, and they'll take your hand and walk you through it. But don't be scared. Step out there and do this.
So,
Okay.
Lacie, I want you to take a minute and talk about all that you do. Because I think it's really important that when you talk to these women about starting their business and you didn't start with all of this. You started here and you continue to grow and expand and grow and expand. And I think the breadth of what you have the ability to bring needs to be acknowledged, because as we have our tribe listening in, they need to know what Custom Made for You can bring them, because it's a large breadth. And I want you to take a second and really brag on all the things your company can provide. This is a lot.
It's a lot. When I started, in my bio, I put that I was bitten by the bug, and I decided I was going to do this. I had 2 small babies at home at the time, and I was traveling with work, and I was like, you know what? I need to be home for my babies. I need to do this. So I kind of put the word out there to a couple of friends and family. And I'm like, I'm going to do these custom announcements, like birthday party announcements. And, just kind of thought I would do that, and designed a couple things for people and kind of put the word out there. And then when I pulled the trigger and quit, I'm dating myself. Oh my goodness. But
Hey, Lacie,
back in that day,
we have about 1 minute, and this is what you're going to do. I do books, I do Christmas cards,
okay, I
I
do
do
this.
posters.
I do logos. I do websites. One of the wonderful things I can share with you that I do is I do children's books. So if you have written a book or would like to write a book, we do children's books. We do custom illustrations.
Wow.
And these particular ones that I've shown you, my clients have pictures of their families, and we make all the characters look like they're people. I know Lady Chrisette has a beautiful children's book, but we do children's books. We do print on demand apparel. If you have a t-shirt or a merchandise brand that you have created and you'd like those printed onesie twosies, and you don't want to, invest in 1,000 t-shirts, and you need, things full color printing. So we have a direct to garment printer. So we do just about anything. If you have any questions, hit us at the brand me at custommadeforyou.net. We also have a free branding guide that I'm going to be emailing out to everyone that hits me on the brand me at custommadeforyou.net. It talks you through how to create your brand. It gives you some compelling questions to ask yourself. And
That's awesome.
It's going to be great. I look forward to working with you.
And you'll work with the person who has just one person all the way up to the Coca-Colas of the world. So, and I am so glad. Yes. We are so glad that you are our friend. Okay. We got Lacie Williams and Custom Made for You on speed dial. So go
Lacie
to brand me at custommadeforyou.net for our radio audience. Lacie, thank you so much. There's all kinds of comments in the chat. Just loving you. And Lacie's going to come back and talk to us more about how to write a book, how to illustrate your book, and all of those things. So that'll be another show, another day. I mean, our tribe is all that. All right. We will see you tomorrow for another great show on Wednesday. Thanks, Lacie. Thanks, Custom Made for You.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.